I'm just experimenting, so I've got a new tripod. I'm trying to see how it's going to work for me. It wants to drop down lower than I want it, but that's the way it goes, I guess. But because if I lift it up when I turn it, it's not going to be where I want it, I don't think. So let's turn it. I'm trying to see if I got a new tripod, so I'm trying to see if, come on, flip, we're gonna be able to be the right direction, which looks like we are. So let's make a few things here. I gotta make some new hooks for some new ornaments. I'm gonna make a few hooks. Oops. I need about 8 of them, so I'm just gonna cut 3-inch pieces of the silver and gold. One, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll cut 4 golds, and then after I get the gold ones made, we'll cut 4 silver ones and make those. We'll see how this is working. So far we look to be able to see all right. I'm not sure what this right here is. That might be part of the tripod. Okay, I'm gonna wiggle the camera a bit and see if we can get that. Yeah, there we go. That spot's out now. So we have, put the ruler away for right now. We'll get the silver better in a minute. So I'm just gonna take all these pieces and I'm gonna cut the sharp edge off because it's that doesn't have one. Okay, so to make these, I'm just going to take and make a little round end on one side. And we'll do that all while we're at it. Now I debated bringing the camera down a little bit more. It would go down a little bit more, but then when it's on my face, it's going to go and be then it would go and be too low, because then it's at my, it's almost too low right now. So I'm a little bit leery of doing that. So in case anybody's wondering, I'm making hooks for making ornament hooks. Bent that out of shape. Gonna have to scoosh that a little bit again. So anyway, like I said, I'm just experimenting with a new tripod to see if I can get it to go the right direction. And right now it's looking if I'm seeing what you're seeing, it's looking pretty good. It's not upside down at the present moment to me anyway. So if it is to you, still let me know. And we'll see if we can. I'm still trying to, like I said, I got a new tripod, experimenting with it and trying to see if we can go, well, not upside down. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Marcia. Now, if I were to take this any higher, I wouldn't be able to see your comments. So I think we're good right there. So now we'll put the little hook on the little decorative turn on this other side. And, well, this is the decorative turn. This is the side where we're going to hang on to the ornament. Go. So and I'm going to adjust these. I like this the way this one's looking. So we'll adjust these to have a smaller round piece on it. Like I was saying, I sort of like where it's at right here as far as the tripod is concerned. But when it's turned so it's looking at me, you're almost missing my face. It's more like my chin. But so I'm sort of like, but I like it better than the old tripod, which was upside down when we did the lives, and I really didn't like that. So I'm trying to work this out so that we can see. So it's not upside down anymore. Oop, that bent a little bit, not wonky there. So I got some new ornaments this year when I was down in Phoenix. Well, I was in Sun City West, technically, visiting my mom. And so I need some more ornament hooks. So that's what we're making here. So there's the gold ones. So we'll set those aside till we have the silver ones done. Then we're going to give them a bit of a pound to work harden them some. So I'm just making some ornament hooks. And, well, we're experimenting with the new tripod to see if I can keep things from going upside down for you guys. And as it looks to me right now, this tripod is succeeding in doing that. So you guys can let me know if we're still upside down, but I don't think we are right now. Nearly all my family lives in Arizona, Marcia. My mom and 4 of my sisters. My 5th sister lives in, I believe she lives in Virginia now. She lived in Florida for some time, but I believe she moved to Virginia. I'd have to verify her address, but I'm pretty sure she did. So now we're going to make 4, we made 4 silver ones. Now we're going to make 4, we made 4 gold. Now we're going to make 4 silver ones. First thing I'm going to do is cut the sharp edge off. But my mom and 3 of my sisters, one of my youngest sister lives with my mom. My mom's 94. So my youngest sister lives with her to help her out. And my Then I have two other sisters that live in Sun City West as well. And I have one sister that lives in Whitman. So lots of them down there. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. What gauge of wire? This is 20 gauge German style wire. And both the gold and the silver are 20 gauge. Now, you can make these in 18 gauge if you've got a heavier ornament that you want to do. I needed ornament hooks, so I figured, oh, you know what? Why I'm experimenting with this tripod, I might as well do something. So that's what we're doing here. So I just straightened those up. First thing I'm going to do is, like I said, do the one turn on one. You could actually do both of them right now if you wanted to, because we got to have one on either side. Well, we don't have to have one on this side. I just like to put one on as a decorative piece so that it's not got a sort of sharp end hooking up there. But like I say, you don't have to put the decorative one on, or you could even make this one into a little spiral or something like that. Of course, if you're going to make it into a spiral, you might want to make the start smaller, of course, or even have a little bit extra wire. So we want to bend this around here. I love wire mandrel. Now, there are times I wish I had a jig, but I don't have one, so we just make do with what we've got. Actually, somewhere around in my house, I do have one, but I'm not sure where it's at. I don't use it. But I have a tool fetish, so I get all kinds of tools that I sometimes don't use, like my spinner. You know, my seed bead spinner. I think I've used it once. Okay. This one is not bending as much. I don't have it bent as much as I want it, because I want it way over here. More like that, yeah. And these are looking pretty good. So now I'm going to put the spin on the bottom, and then we'll see if I want to correct these any. It's funny, these look longer than the gold ones did, and they're the same length of wire, but though I think I might have, you know, if you watched me this morning, you'll remember I couldn't find some of my tools. I found them. They were in the other room in one of those little pink bags that we got from Randy, because I had been making a custom order necklace, and they were in there with it. But I didn't bring them out here. They're still in there. I probably should bring them out here, because I'll want them soon. Now the last step is to get out my bench block and not my chasing hammer, but my nylon hammer. And we're going to work harden these a little bit. As far as wire concerned, it's more of a preference. German style is a little harder wire than than the regular craft wire or artistic wire, and so it conform well. I I'd say it conforms a little better, but it doesn't really. The other conforms just great because it's more bendable. But this doesn't need as much work hardening and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about it bending as much once you're finished with what you're making. I do use craft wire for some things like rings and things like this because I need that extra pliability that's in them. But yeah, these are a little harder wire. If you look at it says it's a medium temper, where I think a craft wire is a soft temper. I couldn't verify. I'd have to look at the packaging to be absolutely positive, but I'm pretty sure that that's the difference between German style and regular. And as far as using German style for everything, like I say, when I make rings, I use craft wire all the time. And when I'm doing like my circlets and things, I always use German style. It, like I say, it wraps really good as far as wire wrapping is concerned, and it's a little bit of a harder temper. But let's check and see what it says on the craft wire box. I have some right here beside me. If I'm using craft wire, I used soft flex. Does it say hold wire when opening? Yeah, that's true. It goes flying everywhere. It really doesn't say what temper these are, though. Craft wire, silver plated. Nope, it doesn't say what temper these are, but I think they're more of a soft temper than the medium temper. Marcia, you ought to see my mess over here. My desk is always a mess. Just this area is clean. And actually, when I put the new tripod in, I don't know if you ever saw Randy's white one that has the extending neck and stuff. That's what this new one is. And because it has, instead of just having legs like my old one did, it had two legs that went side to side and then one in the bar in the back, so it sort of made a U shape. And this one has a like a rectangular heavy base to it, and I had to clean out where I keep all my chain to get it in place. So it's not that off. Is Beadalon my go-to brand for my German? I like this German style wire, and the only place I know you can get it is from Beadalon. Other than the German style wire, though, nearly everything I use is Softflex. My craft wire is Softflex. My beading wire is Softflex. It's the only beading wire I use. Now I do use some Beadalon as far as craft wire is concerned, because I do use some artistic wire, and that is a craft wire. Whereas this is a different style. The German style is a little bit different. So anyway, there's my ornament hooks. So I need to go put those on the new ornaments. And it looks like this tripod is going to work. I'm going to flip it up so you can see what I mean by it. It likes to make my cut the top of my head off, but at least you get to see me, and you get to see my work better. See, I have to back up, or you're cutting. I'm cut off at the forehead, but it's I think this is going to work. If I could figure out how to raise it just a little bit, when I'm doing these so that my head is not, the top of it's not cut off, that would be nicer. But I'd rather cut the top of my head off a little bit or just back up some than to have you watching me do things upside down. So as far as the upside down thing, I think this is going to work. So great. And thank you guys for helping me with my little experiment. And we'll see you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.